What's up, y'all? I'm over here at the marshalling yard over here in San Diego because I got a load to pick up in at the convention center. That's a whole nother story, man. Let me tell y'all what happened. I was scheduled to pick up a load at the convention center, and I was told it was 7 a.m. 7 a.m. pickup, be at the marshalling yard and everything. I was like, all right, cool. I get here, ain't nobody at the marshalling yard, nobody checking me in. Well, first I kind of made a boo boo. I went to the convention center, went in the back, and I kept, I done did shows before, so I'm like, man, ain't no trucks here. You know what's going on? So I checked in. The dude was unsure, so I came over to the marshalling yard, and they was like, I was like, ain't nobody here, man. Ain't no trucks here. Ain't nobody checking in. Guy said, let me find out what's going on. Come to find out, it ain't until 7 p.m. I said, you know what? This is crazy. But guess what? Landstar definitely pay you. Them agents pay you. The rate is negotiable. Um, um, so yeah, I got a little bit of money on top of what I'm already getting paid for the load, so it made it worth it. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to go out here, man. I got to change out my crankcase filter. I don't know if you guys see my other video. I was talking about the truck had just a little bit of blow by, so I'm gonna go out here and change out a maintenance free filter that just got the opening at the bottom just so it can vent. It didn't have any cushions or anything, any cotton or anything like that to trap anything or to catch anything, or it's just gonna reduce the pressure on the crankcase. Now, y'all like, man, what's that about? What's that about? See, back in the day, you used to have trucks, and you see those trucks sitting there idling, and you see like this little stem or this vent tube going down the bottom of the engine. That used to vent the pressure from the crankcase. It used to constantly blow out like steam or what have you. It would vent out the crankcase so it didn't over pressurize itself. And what happens is, if it does, what it does is it start breaking gaskets and seals, and they even blow. Um, it can even destroy the seals inside your turbocharger. So if your truck is over pressurized or creating too much pressure in the crankcase, the key is to get that to make sure you change out the crankcase filter often, or put a maintenance free one in there. I'll show you guys the one that I'm going to be using here in a second. I bought my tools with me since I got some downtime. I'm gonna go out here and get it changed out, y'all. Let me show you what I got, then we'll get up on the hood and we'll get it done, all right? So when I bought the truck, and I was doing my inspection, I noticed it had a little blow by, but this is the Element crankcase ventilation filter by Fleetguard for Cummins engine, and it's for my year engine, 2250 ISX Cummins ISX engine. So we're gonna pop her open, and I'll show y'all what she looked like. And I double check just to make sure. Hey, double check, man, to make sure that this is the right filter. Because once I leave Pennsylvania, I can't bring it back. So here's the filter right here, and you guys see the open vent right here for the new Element filter. This is the aftermarket filter where you don't have the cotton inside of it that's catching oil and pressure. This right here is basically your ventilation now with the little cushion in there. Here it is right here. It goes in just like that. This is how it fits in there. So we're gonna get her in, and I'll show y'all a little bit as we get her put in there. All right. This is the part number. So if you guys want to get it, you guys can. See part number right there. All right. Let's go get her installed, y'all. Home this time. I went ahead and bought out my tool set, my ratchet set, door last. So complete ratchet set. So I'm gonna be using this right here to get in there and get this thing changed out. So if you guys look right here, this is the crankcase filter right here, and there's a date on top of it, probably when it was last changed or last worked on or looked at. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna get in here and we're gonna change out. We're gonna take out these screws right here, all of them right here, and take them all out. And if you guys looked at any Ross videos, anybody else's video who's doing maintenance on their truck, you'll know that those screws don't come out. They just they unloosen, and they still stay into the housing, so you don't lose them. All right. So we're gonna get her off, and then I'll show y'all what she looked like here in a second. Hold tight. So I already got her loose. We're just gonna see if we can get her taken off. And I already seen oil coming out of the filter, so it might be kind of. Let's see if something holding this one on. So it might be, you know, which is a big indication that it might be overpressurized. Let's see here. Let's see what's holding this one on. If I got something, another bolt I missed or something. Hold on a second, y'all. Got her off. That's her right there. Yeah, she just, you know, she look good. She ain't bad. I won't know until I take her off and look at the back side of her. And then we'll put in this, new one right here. That's her right here. And I'll just take the old one and put it here and trash it. Let's do it, y'all. So that's the old one right there. You can tell she look a little old. And you can see how the oil is sitting at the base of it. And up on the top it's just a little brown or dirty. So definitely the pressure is pushing the oil down here to the bottom, which is exactly where the ventilation point is on the new one. So we're gonna get her installed and button back up, and I'll wipe down the grooves and everything to make sure she's good and make sure ain't nothing up in there of excess. And we're gonna get her put back in there and put her back together, y'all. So there we go, y'all. Got her all put back together. Everything is good. She's right in the grooves, the exact grooves that she were in before. All the bolts are all tightened down. Everything is good. So we're gonna fire her up, make sure I don't get no check engine lights, and then we're gonna see how she sounds. All right, y'all, all done. It wasn't hard. It was pretty simple. I'm mechanically inclined. I like working on cars. I've always worked on my cars, whether it be in changing out brakes, brake pads, rotors, headers, just working on my own stuff. And so this thing here is just big. It just got big and more screws and more bolts, but it's pretty easy to work on. You know, I started looking at this truck or the Cummins or the ISX engine a long time ago. Is it easy to work on? How many people feel it's easy to work on for them who owns it? So it's things like that that made me step up and be like, I'm just gonna work on it myself if I can. Not only that, you know, the hourly rate when you go to these mechanic shops, man, is crazy. That part was $87 at the Peterbilt dealership, and I bought it the second day when I got the truck, because I figured that's one of the first things I'm gonna do to relieve the crankcase of the pressure, so I'm not blowing seals and gaskets and destroying turbochargers and stuff just like this. So I waited. Now I think I've probably almost put about, where we at right now? I've almost put about 9,000 miles on the truck. So it's coming up on an oil change here because I'm gonna do it at 10,000. But I just wanted to do it myself, man. I mean, when I seen people like Make Sense, and this video, if you guys don't know who he is, you can check out his videos. He put some good stuff in there, and he was talking about ROS and different things to look at about the engine, and you know, things you want to pay attention to before you buy it, so you're not coming out the pocket like that. And changing out the crankcase filter was one of them. Looking for blow by, you know, it was a lot of things. So if you haven't checked out ROS videos, I highly encourage you to go out there and find them. So we're gonna let her run for a little while, and I think everything is going pretty good. She seems to be no change. So we're gonna let her run. But anyway, if you guys got any questions, any comments, hit me up. For each one, teach one. If God be for you, who can be against you? Nobody. Y'all take care. Bye.